YouTube, it's Izzy. Decided to make a video because I haven't made one in a while. So I've been studying a lot about the existence of God and the philosophical problems and ideas evolved around it, each side's weighing the balance and stuff a lot more heavily than I used to, just into the very fine detailed stuff. And so I've been writing my own conclusions to some of these, and I came up with a problem, a philosophical problem, that I find kind of outweighs religion and kind of can answer religion in a form that, like, refutes it, basically. Alright. So imagine for a second that every person on Earth is controlled by imaginary strings from the outside, such as like a puppet in a closed puppet theater. There's a puppeteer controlling each person. It doesn't have to be. It can be the same puppet for everyone, or the same puppeteer for everyone, but it doesn't have to be. Each person can have their own puppeteer. Imagine that it's like that, in a closed theater universe. But for now, we'll assume that each person has their own controller. This means that the humans have lost control. Our self-determination is gone, as any sort of ambition we had would and could immediately be changed through the actions of the puppeteer. Anything that we would try to do would eventually sometime would be challenged against the puppeteer's agenda. Whatever we would be doing would be like, we want to go this way or whatever, and then the puppeteer would be like, no, I want to go that way, and then it would destroy the point of that. Our ambition, things that our sights, what we wanted to do, would be different than the puppeteers, probably, eventually. Our self-actualization would be gone, as the ability to learn about ourselves is gone, because at any moment that we would get close to the reality or the truth of our existence, which would be in the closed theater puppet universe, the puppeteer could disrupt us so that we wouldn't be on their trail. And any truth we might seem to come to would be untruth, since the controller still controls us, and we cannot see them controlling us, leading us to false truths. We wouldn't be able to find out the actual truths of things if this was true. If this statement is true, the puppeteer universe. Our free will would be gone, as no longer can we choose to do as we wish, due to the probability that at least once during the puppet's life, they would want to do something that the controller puppet would not want to let them do, or wasn't in his agenda, as I explained a little earlier. If the controller is controlling the actions of the environment and the puppets within, then any sort of illusion of free will is lost due to the outside interference. In essence, the human is lost from the puppet and just becomes a controlled, animate piece of meat, basically. So that leads me to my conclusion. So then, why do humans willingly and voluntarily commit themselves to this single doctrine-based belief, which is monotheistic beliefs, usually nowadays? This problem I propose is exactly the situation that both monotheistic and polytheistic religions derive from their teachings, concepts, and stories. If a puppeteer, God, controls your life, the puppet, then you don't have free will, nor self-determination, nor self-actualization. How can you deal with this problem? How can you, as a religious person, deal with this problem that we don't have free will, self-determination, or self-actualization? How the fuck can you deal with that? The answer is that God doesn't exist, or we lack all three of these attributes, which since the beginning of time have been what have defined us as humans. So with all logic and reason, does God exist in the ways religion has so far made him or her out to be, or do we, as we know ourselves, not really exist? This is the question you have to ask yourselves. And the only sensible answer that I have derived from it, which you may come to your own conclusions, but I'm pretty sure this is the only one you can really sensibly get from this, is that God can't exist. For if he did, we wouldn't be as we are. We wouldn't be the humans that we are. God can't exist.